All right, what's up, everyone? I am Patrick O'Neill, also known as chobopeon, here with ESFI World, and I have Complexity CrunCher here with me. Why don't you introduce yourself to the people?
Yeah, my name's Abdulaziz Abed, or more commonly known as CrunCher with Team Complexity. I'm 19 years old from Tennessee.
Cool. And you're going to university right now. Where are you going?
Middle Tennessee State University.
And what are you majoring in?
It's undecided right now. I used to be computer science, but I changed.
One of the big questions that a lot of people have for professionals in university is how do they manage time between, obtaining a degree and playing StarCraft at such a high level? How do you balance the two?
Well, when you go to college, you have more free time than, say, high school. But a lot of people spend that free time with friends and stuff. So you have to sacrifice some social aspect to play StarCraft competitively while going to college. So it hurts your school a little bit as well, and sometimes it might lower your grade, but it's a small risk usually.
Well, as far as the social aspects, do you feel it's been worth it? Because obviously you get to fly around, but sort of at the cost maybe of friends closer by. How do you feel about the way it's worked out?
Complexity has a lot of good people I talk to every day, and as good friends as some of my real life friends. So it's good to chat with them every day and to also come to these events and meet them. So it balances out pretty well.
Cool. So as far as this event specifically, with your practice time, I want to know how you managed it, because you are in the open bracket, which presents a unique challenge as opposed to something like the NASL. So how do you prepare for something like the MLG open bracket?
Most of it just comes from practicing on the ladder. Some practice, such as test bug, which is not the ladder map pool. You have to practice with teammates. So that comes from teammates, while most of it comes from just experience, because it's a bunch of games. And you have to have the endurance and the mentality and just be able to focus all your games through the entire open bracket. So some of it comes from ladder experience and skill, and some just comes from being able to stay consistent.
I was going to just bring that up. Endurance and stamina is something that can really take a toll, because let's face it, MLG can sometimes have unpredictable schedules, and you're sitting there for 12 hours wondering when you're going to play. Is there anything specifically that you do to prepare at events like these to keep up your stamina, either before or during the events?
Nothing in particular. I mean, a good night's sleep and just stay focused before, during the event, and just help from teammates staying focused is the main thing.
Well, so would you say your average practice session at home when you're preparing for an event like this, is it longer than usual or just
the same?
Okay. As far as practicing for this event, like I said, open bracket, do you have any specific matchups you're focusing on? Any specific builds, maps that you really need to get in on?
Not really. I have a pretty well-rounded team, and we practice the maps we need to, and we have the ladder for the open bracket, which could be a lot of random players, not random such as like bad, but random as in like they aren't top competitors, but they could still have a chance of knocking you out. So ladder helps with those kind of people, while focusing on more skilled players with teammates helps against those players.
Well, if I recall correctly, at MLG Dallas, you were sick, right, up to the lead up?
Yeah, I had strep throat and bronchitis and a cold, so.
That's rough. How have you been feeling to the lead up of Columbus?
Pretty good. Compared to before.
All right. So without that in the way, how are you expecting to do this event?
Way better than last event.
Do you have any specific goals?
I'm expecting to get out of the open bracket, depending on who I face, of course.
Okay.
With the Koreans coming over, it's going to be a more difficult challenge than last time.
Do you have any specific players that you're looking out for in the open bracket?
I
know there's a ton.
Definitely MCs, one of the top ones since.
Yeah.
Him, Julizerg are two of the big names.
Well, yeah, I guess that brings me to another point. In the open bracket, it sort of can be a roll of the dice depending on who you get when you play. How do you feel about the format in general? Like we talked about the stamina of it.
I think the MLG format with the open bracket and the group pool play is badly designed. It just favors the top 16 players so much that it doesn't really matter how they do as long as they like win one match or something. So I think that's kind of unfair, mostly since they used the seedings from last year, which a lot of people didn't attend MLG because the prize pool was low, StarCraft 2 was just getting started, and a lot of people didn't find the need to go to MLG as the game was still new. So starting with this new year, you have players like MC and Julazerg in the open bracket, which are some favorites to win the tournament, and lesser players in the pool play who have an automatic chance of placing top 16 just from winning a match or two.
I think a lot of people share that complaint. Do you have any ideas about how best to fix it?
Not really. I mean, you have to have some kind of seeding system. You can't have a complete open bracket system without any seedings. So you definitely need some kind of seeding, but the way they came about it, it's too favored for the top 16 players, or top 20 now, whatever it is.
Well, I would probably agree with you there. All right, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and good luck in the event.
Thanks.